Okay, yeah. Let's go Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. See, this is the other nations getting tired of the United States, right? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. See? So when all of the nations get together and they get over there, the Euphrates, that's why the Euphrates is drying up over there. So everybody can have space where they could get over there, all of the armies and all that, and then the Lord coming back. Put ye up the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. See? Yeah. Let's get it. Second Esdras 15. Second Esdras chapter 15 and Second Esdras 15 and 11. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. See? So you know it got it. He says right here, listen. And smite Egypt with plagues as before. So we not in captivity again in Egypt. Revelation 11 and 8 tells we in spiritually Sodom and Egypt right now. But he says right here, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the power shall bring upon it. And another one of the plagues is the missiles, man. Them gonna be the Lord missiles flying this way, man. When the missiles start flying. A plague of the Lord, man. The sea thing was a plague of the Lord. Monkeypox, a plague of the Lord, man. Famine that's getting ready to hit the stores, a plague of the Lord. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the power shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail. Ain't the farmers crying right now? Farmers crying over there. The farmers is protesting over there right now in, I forget what country they over there. Not the Netherlands. One of them countries over there. They got the farmers. They got they tractors and shit on the highways. They blocking the buildings where the politicians is at. Over in Sri Lanka, they just ran the prime minister out of his house. Shit, the farmers here in America is crying. They pouring out milk, they burning up stuff, they killing off chickens, all of the food processing plants that's going up in smoke right now. They that till the ground, 15 and 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation. See, this is This we tell, like I said, man, we started with they that afflict us, the transition of power, and now we getting into how those things are gonna be fulfilled, man. How the transition of power gonna be fulfilled. The plagues and the different things that's gonna take place. The signs that you should be looking for, right? 14, 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able to. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and the spoil, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. I just seen a Walmart in Georgia. The dude shot a dude in the meat section. They got into an argument. He shot him in the meat section. We just got into a thing the last week. The mother told the son go get the gun because they was eating too much chicken. Yeah, man. We just pointing these things out, man. We just pointing these things out. We just pointing these things out, man. Let's get Matthew 24 and 7. More signs, man. More signs of how the transition of power going to take place. How it's going to all happen. Let's get it. Let's start up. Right? Matthew chapter 24 and 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Esau's word. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. You see, I just watched that. I just watched that live the other day. Brother talk about he Christ. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. That's going on here. That's going on in Sri Lanka. That's going on in Russia. And kingdom shall rise up against kingdom. You got China talk about they want to run down on Taiwan. You got Israel shooting missiles at Iran, right? Nations against nations. And there shall be famines. We got that going on here. Just pull up homeless in D.C., San Francisco, Portland, New York, D.C., Atlanta. Pull up homeless. And pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. See? All these are the beginning of sorrow. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. These are the signs, man. The transition of power, man. How the things are going to be fulfilled. The transition of power, man. Get Proverbs 21 and 1. So yeah, so you know, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because the brother said the elder Ariala, Salaki, if I get your name wrong. He I guess he's second in command to Elder Yashawamba down there in the Dallas camp. I was watching his lesson on, what was it? Beginners, you know what I'm saying? And so he made up a good point, so sometimes you got to make sure you talking and speaking to the newest person that might be watching. So I try to be mindful of that, but I just heard his voice. I just heard him saying that in my head. So yeah, so to make it make sense, you know what I mean? So we started off with they that afflicted us, how they all was together. We done went into Psalms, the 83rd chapter, how they afflicted us, why they afflicted us, because we went off, the Lord put it on us. But we also read that he gonna put all the curses on them. We gonna be restored all of the riches. We went into that, the transition of power, right? And so now we at the end of the lesson, toward the end of the lesson, we going from the transition of power to how is the transition of power going to be fulfilled. So that was the lesson today. You know what I mean? They afflicted us, how they afflicted us, but transition of power and how the transition of power going to take place. The plagues and the signs that you should be looking for. Let's continue. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So pretty much all the rulers of the world, the Lord is directing their steps, man. Man's goings is of the Lord. So the Lord is going to put it on everybody to fulfill his will, man. Zephaniah 3:8. A couple more, we get out of here. Let's start up. Zephaniah 3:1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyeth not the voice, she receiveth not correction, she trusteth not in the Lord, she drew not near to her power. Yeah, see? So this is America right there, man. America, you even have niggas like Al Sharpton on TV pushing the agenda of Babylon, talking about the scriptures not against abortion. You got churches out here talking about, LBGT and gay cardinals and gay bishops and everything. Why are you in the car driving with all four of your windows down and the mask pulled up over your nose? Why are you doing that? And you by yourself? These are questions that we gotta ask. We gotta ask. Inquiring minds want to know. Zephaniah 3:5. Let's go 3:5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know of no shame. They got no shame, man. They got no shame, man. They got no shame. They made a queer Bible, man. They got a queer Bible. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is no inhabitant. I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the kingdoms, that I may assemble the kingdoms. And we just read, that's Revelation, the 16th chapter. I'm a God one, Yahweh Shabbat. Watch this. Now listen with understanding. Listen. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. We just read that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, right? For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. See? So the Lord gonna gather all these nations together for war. That's why this is what's happening. Russia and China and all of this is gonna lead to a war. And once World War III starts, you know that the end is close, because the Lord is putting on these nations to go to war so he could judge all of them, man. He's going to judge all of them nations at one time when they over there fighting, man. Let's get. Matter of fact, let's get Isaiah 66 and 15. Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 66 and 15. Watch, right? For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. See? So the Lord done clearly showed you the blueprint in the scriptures, man. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it on the king's hearts that they going to do my will. And when they all get there, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to judge all the nations. It's clear right there. Let's get a couple more. Let's get... Second Esdras. Let's go back to Second Esdras chapter 13. It's very clear. The plan is all going according to plan, man. 13 and 1. Second Esdras 13 and 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. This is Esdras having a dream. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth falleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude. We just read that, right? How all the nations going to gather together, right? We just read that, right? Now watch. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So they're going to try to fight. They're going to be in that Independence Day spirit. They think that it's going to be little green men in there. No, that's going to be the Lord. That's going to be Yahushua, Hamashiach, and the angels, and the chariots coming back. And they going to tear shit up. And I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a mountain and flew upon it. So he going to be in a big-ass chariot that's going to cover, going to block out the sun and the stars, the moon, whatever time of day it is. When he come back, he going to block out the light when he bring the ship back, right? Let's keep going. But I would have seen a region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So Esdras is looking up. He's seeing the vision, and he's looking up. He's seeing the chariot, and he can't even see the end of it. He's trying to see the end of it, and he can't. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was so afraid, and yet does fight. They was afraid, but they still fought, because the Lord put the spirit on them to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. So that's going to be laser beams. That's going to be laser beams. The Lord not going to come back and going to be shooting laser beams out his mouth. No, that's going to be laser beams coming out the ship, out the chariot, beating down the other armies out there, right? So let's get it where we at. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. So all the armies that's going to be gathered there, and for the battle of Armageddon and Yahweh's Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, they going to try to fight when they see the chariots coming back, and he going to beat the shit out of them. The violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burning them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So now Esdras not even there at the time. Esdras just getting the vision. He just looking and seeing the vision of what's going to happen in the future, and he was afraid. Let's go down to 14. 13, 2nd Esdras 13 and 14. Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of the dream. For as I conceived in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. See? So Esdras was afraid, man, when he seen what he seen, man. And this is the man the man that's writing the scriptures as it's revealed to him, writing this down as it's revealed to him, man. Just saying, man, what Pastor Porkchop is telling you gonna happen in these days, when Yahweh Shai come back, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. What Pastor Porkchop is telling you is not what the scriptures say, man. I'm telling you, it's not what the scriptures say. The Lord coming back to tear shit up, man. 2nd Esdras 13 and 18. Now understand I that the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind. So this is what's going to happen in the latter days, man. It's going to be a war. So when you see World War III start, man, know that the clock for the end, the fuse is lit. How you do with the sand thing, and you turn the sand up like this. Once World War III start, that's the Lord doing this right here, man. The clock done started. Let's get Zephaniah 1 and 14. Let's go there. Let's start at 2. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 2. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. See? I will also stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place. And, Salakia, and the name of the cherubims with the priests. Let's go down. Zephaniah 1 and 13. Therefore, their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasted greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly, that the day is a day of wrath. See, the day of the Lord, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. See? So the day of the Lord gonna be rough, man. And if you thinking that the day of the Lord gonna be a damn cupcake party and a barbecue, and you gonna be playing spades and pity pat and slapping bones and drinking 40 ounces, you got another thing coming, man. The Lord gonna kill a lot of people, man. He gonna kill a lot of people, man. They got Pride Month here in Babylon, man. They protesting the kill more babies. 63 million babies killed so far, 63 plus million ain't enough babies. They mad and upset. They want to keep killing babies here in Babylon, man. So the Lord gonna do something special to this place, man. We gonna close out with. Let's get one to close out with. Let's go Isaiah 49 and 23. We gonna close out with that one. We gonna close out with that. Isaiah 49 and 23. Isaiah 49 and 19. For thy wastes and thy desolate places, and the land of thy destruction, shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants. And they that swallow thee up shall be far away. The children which thou shalt have, after thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I might dwell. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these? Seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro, and who have brought up these things? Behold, I was left alone. These were had they been. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. See? So he brought us down, but on the comeback, when we restored, after he bring all of them down, after judgment and all that, they coming back to get right, man. They gonna be nursing us. Matter of fact, I got another one to match up with that. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and thy queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So now you have these other camps out here, they'll use this and have Edomites licking their feet and kissing their boots right now, whatever. But this is a future prophecy, man. This is not a now thing. This is a future prophecy, man. You can apply it to now, but it's a future prophecy. Where we was at? Psalm 72 and 9. Because remember, we was joint heirs, right, with Hamashiach, right? We're going to be joint heirs with Hamashiach. We read that earlier, right? Psalms, chapter 72 and 8. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from river unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish and the isles of and of the isles shall bring presents. The king of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. Yeah, so when Yahushua come back and he judge all the nations, he gonna put them down. They going into servitude, man. They going into servitude. We gonna close out with this one. I keep saying that, Israel. Spirit, get on you, man. What you gonna do, man? Isaiah chapter 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Will choose the whole world and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers, the Israelite foreigners, Acts 2 and 5, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their places, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Lord for servants and handmaids. You just read that, right? And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Who oppressing us? We still got to come up with a damn organization called Black Lives Matter in 2020. 2022, we still got Black Lives Matter running around. They'll shoot a black man 60 times and then be justified in doing it. So who are our oppressors? And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. See? So we serve hard bondage here, man. Coming over on slave ships is hard bondage. Being a so-called northern kingdom, I mean, not so-called North American Indian. You here, you chilling. Christopher Columbus get off the ship. Next thing you know, they own all the land that your people used to own. They killing off all the bison. They pushed y'all onto reservations, and now they took the land and renamed it America. Yeah, man, this place is going down, man. So yeah, I'm gonna close out, Israel. Hope with that, hope we was edified. Hope we was edified. Hope I made some sense. You know, you don't know. I don't know how I came with kind of lesson go until I go home and look at it or whatever the case. You know what I mean? But Lord willing, it was good. It was good. You know what I mean? So with that one, we gonna close out. All praises, honor, glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Ruka HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the brothers, the men at Great Millstone that rule well, that taught me this truth. To the hopeful elect out there scattered abroad, unlike it to a speckled bird. Tabernacle of King David, 144,000 mighty men. Peace, blessings, salutations. Keep pushing his word. Stay diligent. Keep bringing this truth out. Keep exposing Esau. Keep dodging the algorithms on YouTube. To the remnant, men, women, children, remain spiritual out there. Kwam Yasharala and Abba Baba. Barakathum, family. Shalom.